to Wednesday Night Live at 9, a weekly show where we discuss what's going on around the way and world. So please welcome your host, Vincent Perez. What's going on, folks out there in Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube land? All right, how's everybody doing tonight? My name is Vincent Perez, your host. I am doing my first Facebook, Twitch, and using the Decoding 40 live feed because I signed up for YouTube and they got a 24-hour wait, and I did it at like 10 o'clock last night, so they was fucking with me. But anyway, welcome to my show. Again, today's episode is going to be about scammers and being scammed, and I have one of my Decoding 40 brethren here with me, my man L. O. I'm going to bring him into the room right now.
Yo.
L. What's going on, family?
What's good, Vincent Perez? How are you?
Yo, why you gotta use my whole government, son? Yeah, I use my whole government, son.
I mean, this is Wednesday Night Live with Vincent Perez, so I'm just being more formal.
Oh, he's being more formal, as he sips on his beverage. Yeah, so I decided to do a live show for myself just to kind of get out there and do some things, man. And the show, what I want the show to be, basically, while we have some time, I'll describe it. I want it to be a weekly show where I can have comedians, authors, actors, writers, whoever wants to come on the show and talk shit with me, man, they're welcome to come on. Again, you know what I mean? It's going to be Wednesdays at 9. Hopefully I can continue to do it at Wednesdays at 9 because sometimes life gets in the middle of things. But for right now, that's what we're scheduled to do. And, again, this week we're running on the Decoding 40 YouTube. And next week I'll have my own YouTube up. I have a YouTube channel. I've always had a YouTube channel. It's just that I never had the capability of going live. And unbeknownst to me, there's a 24-hour wait period. I guess they do their FBI check or whatever the fuck they do to find out whether or not I'm a criminal or I'm a terrorist. So if you're catching this on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, shout us out right now, comment, you know what I mean? Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Vince Daily Rant over at YouTube. It's Vince Daily Rant on IG. It's Vincent Perez on Facebook, which I'll probably change to Vince Daily Rant. And I'm on Twitch. I'm everywhere, son. You know what I mean? So what goes on, L? Thanks for coming over here and joining me today.
Well, first I have to thank you for inviting me on the show, as this is your inaugural show. So
Yes,
it's another week in the world of trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents. This actually was a pretty good day. I got some things done and finally heard back from someone who could be instrumental in a lot of things that we've been working on. So he and I are going to talk next week. So stay tuned for that.
Yes. Just to give you guys a heads up, there's going to be some big things going on between me and the L. Man here. We're going to be doing some big things coming for the winter and Christmas and holiday season. It's Coquito season is almost upon us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. It's rapidly approaching.
It's rapidly approaching. Basically after Halloween, the Coquito elves come out of hiding. Salsa music is played. Coconuts are cracked open. Rum
really,
is...
Actually, what is your process when you're making a coquito? Like, what's happening in the kitchen and around you?
Well, you know what I like to do is I like to play some Hector Lavoe because that was one of the last songs I remember playing in my mother's ear, while she was literally on her deathbed. Not to bring everybody down, but it's that energy of Hector Lavoe. I'll put on some salsa music. I get in the kitchen. I get all the ingredients. And when I'm making it, it really brings me close to my mom's, my grandmother, all my elders and those who are here and not here anymore. So it's that energy that I bring when I make it. And it's magical. It's magical. It's,
Nice.
It's coquito. Everybody makes coquito, right? Everybody, any Puerto Rican, Dominican, African American can make it.
So what's the difference?
What's the difference? Magic. I put a little magic on it, baby. So I just add a little, everybody has a process of doing it. My process is there's someone out there doing the same thing. It's just that, excuse me, excuse me, it's just quality ingredients. Make sure that you have the highest quality ingredients to use, because that makes the difference. And also, a good rum. I like to use a high powered 151. Unfortunately, Bacardi stopped making it, for whatever reason. I
Did
think
they?
kids got,
I didn't know
yeah, I
that.
think, yeah, I think kids got burned up or some shit like that. I don't know. Somebody drank it and was on fire. I don't know. I don't know what the story
So
is.
so one group of kids have spoiled 151 for the rest of us. Interesting.
I listen. I don't know. I don't know if they threw it on a bum. They lit him on fire in Puerto Rico. I have
Mm.
no idea why 151 is being has been phased out for the Bacardi family. I actually heard something along the lines of that it wasn't a big seller, so they kind of, it wasn't. I guess the cost wasn't cost effective for them for whatever reason.
Oh wow.
Yeah. If you're watching us now on Facebook Live or Twitch or YouTube, just make sure that make some comments. We're in here right now. We'd love to hear from you guys. Can't actually see who's in the room right now, but would love to hear some comments. Just say what's up. Yeah. So 151, is just the proof. I'm able to get it from another company, and it's uh, it's just, I mean, it's just as strong as Bacardi. Bacardi does have a distinctive taste, but with all the other ingredients I add into it, you really can't tell the difference. It does hit you when it hits you. I know you can attest to that, and anybody else who's
Wait a
had
minute.
my one
Okay.
one,
Yes. Yes.
who's had my coquito in the past, knows that it hits a little different. But look out for that. We want to do some big things this holiday with my brand of coquito and what El is doing with his drizzle brand of olive oil, CBD olive oil. So we have things coming in, coming down the pipeline. So please look out for that and support us, support Black businesses.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. Because hey, we trying to make, like El said earlier, $1 out of 15 cents, and it's not easy to do that. So, like I was saying earlier, today's topic is scams. Being that it's the holiday season, and I'm pretty sure El has a story or two to share with me as far as scammers. I was sitting, me and my wife was talking today, yesterday, as a matter of fact, and kind of brought up. This is what kind of brought up the subject of scammers. I grew up the son of Anna Teresa Franquise. And when she was married to my father was Perez. When she was married to my stepfather was Walcott. Anna Teresa comes from Puerto Rican and Cuban ancestry, right? My father's Puerto Rican, and I'm not sure what my grandfather on his side was, but at any rate, it's my mom. My mom raised me, right? She was an integral part of raising me, along with my grandmother and all my other relatives. My mother, and I don't know if it's because of just my family, but my mother was cynical as shit. And I cannot stress that enough, right? And when you're growing up
Like, was
with,
she so cynical she wasn't even sure you were hers at the hospital? Like, was she that cynical? Like,
not
no, that
that
can't be my
cynical.
baby.
No. I mean, she probably thought along the years, all the fucking dumb shit I did, like, this motherfucker cannot be my child. She couldn't deny me. I look a lot like my mother and my mother's family and everything else, and my family, I should say. No, she was just cynical, right? And
Okay.
I think it has to do with this. My grandfather was Cuban, um, you know, went to World War II, came back from World War II, had a lot of odd jobs, and you know, uh, good evening, Gamester, I think his name is. Good evening, sir. Yeah, so my grandfather again did a lot of odd jobs. Was born in Florida, born in Ybor City, where a lot of Cubans were.
Mhm.
And now Ybor City is gentrified like a motherfucker, and it's quaint, and white folks love it. So Ybor City. Fast forward, he moves up to New York. My grandfather, I understand, did a lot of odd jobs. He actually was painting the insides of ships back in the day. So wasn't a lot of great jobs. He wasn't highly educated. Started selling door to door, became one of the biggest promoters in New York City for Latin music during the 60s and 70s. I guess that cynicism, that Cuban cynicism, came from him. We don't really trust anybody. Sorry, Geek Master. My bad, Geek Master. We don't trust anybody. It's like, fuck that. I don't, it doesn't matter what you're selling. We don't trust it. We don't trust it. We don't trust it. So of course my mother was that way. And I could never come home and tell my mother, listen, mom, or any get rich quick scheme that I thought I had. She was like, it's bullshit. It's a scam, right?
Mhm.
It's like the guy in fucking Star Wars. It's a trap, right? So, all right. So this is like 1990. I'm about 16, 17 years old. It's about 70 pounds ago. So I was about 150 soaking wet, about 6'1". I wanted to be a model. I had dreams of being this big time model. And I was taking pictures and trying to get
Light skin Tyson
discovered.
Beckford.
Yeah, but you know what? I came in at the wrong time because that's when Tyson Beckford came out. The day of the light skin was over. So it
You're a
was
week too late.
I was a week too late and a dollar too short. I want to shout out my boys Charles and Charlton and Cannon, the Cannon twins. Those are my boys. Went to school together. They were very big back in the day. They did, Janet Jackson video. They won covers. They did stuff with Naomi Campbell. Good friends of mine. Now they're both independent businessmen. Shout out to them as well. So I wanted to be down. I want to be a model. So I did the thing that probably a lot of kids my age did back then, and went into the newspaper or Backstage or one of those industry newspapers, because this is before the internet, cell phones, and all that shit. So I go in there and I find this ad and it says models wanted, blah blah blah, come down and we'll make you famous. You know what I mean? So I go in the office, and I should have known shit was fucked up because it was a shitty office, and they had like the pictures were like barely on the wall, and it was definitely a scam. But when you're 16, 17 years old, all you see yourself as being famous. You can't even see your
Right,
blinders, right?
right.
I go in the office. Now I knew enough to bring my own pictures because at that time I was taking photography. I had one of my boys, I think one of my boys was with me. He took the pictures. I developed them in the dark room. They came out really nice, right? I go in there, I had the yellow envelope to make it look official. So I start pulling out these pictures. And the guys, and I don't know if it was a man or a woman. Oh my God. And they do the thing. You've got the look. You're great looking. You can get so much work. Blah, 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 blah. So, okay, sign me up. Where do I sign? Well, we're going to need you to take some pictures. Not a problem. I have a photographer who could take my pictures. I want to say at that time, Rick was probably taking pictures at the very beginning of his career. And I was like, fuck,
Wow.
I'll have Rick take the pictures for me, right? Um, and this is when Rick was like, we were going to fucking like Greek Fest, and Rick was the photographer at the time. So we're going back a long time. So I fucking start talking to this woman, and she's like, "Oh, you look great," and blah blah. And I was like, "Well, here's my pictures. Oh, these are great pictures, but we're gonna need some professional pictures. Not a
Mm,
problem. I can get those professional. Well, the way it works is we need you to take pictures with our photographer." I
mm.
said, "Really? Okay, sounds good. How much?" Well, it's gonna be about $300. But
Oh, I
this
thought
is
she was gonna really beat you over the head.
Well, this is again 1990, $300 for a 16-year-old
Okay.
is a lot of money, right? It's not,
Hmm.
it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money back then. So, and we're gonna make you famous. And we've dealt with Tyson and we do polo and Hilfiger and Gap, and you got the look. You got the look, Vincent. Just fucking feeding me nothing but petroleum gas, right? Great. Where do I sign? Well, how old are you? I said, well, I'm saying, oh, well, you can't sign. You're going to have to get your mother's permission. Bring her in and, we'll take the pictures, blah, blah, blah. I get back on the train, son. I'm so happy. I'm like, this is it. I'm going to be discovered. Nigga, I'll be doing Hilfiger.
I'm in
I'll be
Paris
hanging out.
next week.
Now, nigga, I'll be in Paris and Spain. I'm in Madrid the week after that, right? I just knew I'm on the shores of Tripoli, nigga. I'm everywhere, right? I'm just thinking I'm gonna blow up. I go home. My mother had just gotten home from work. I get in the house. Mom, great. Guess what happened? I went to the city. and I'm excited, and da 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 da, and all we have to pay is $300. And my mother looks at me with the straight face and say, Vinny, that's a motherfucking scam. I was like, it's not a scam. She's like, Vinny, it's a fucking scam. Give me a break. Come on. They're asking you for money. And unbeknownst to me, when I started really to do the research, if you go to any one of the reputable agencies, whether it be Wilhelmina or Ford or whoever
Ford,
takes
yeah.
male models at the time, you don't pay for anything.
Right.
If you
I
walk
mean,
in, they look.
right. The name of the game is you don't pay your own way. Someone else is paying for you.
Exactly. So, I'm like, well, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But at that time I didn't know that. But it was my mother's scammer. She was like, that's some bullshit, whatever. I can't think of how many fucking hood fashion shows I did with the dream of being successful. I don't know how many pyramid schemes I almost got suckered into. I came home one time on one of them shits. One of my boys' sister, who will remain nameless for the to protect the innocent, try to get me on some fucking, and it was like a bullshit pyramid. It was like $20 to get in. It was nothing, right? She was clearly looking to push herself up to the top of the pyramid, right? So she's like, "Oh yeah, you bring me $20, and then you bring two people, and then those two people bring two people." I went back to my mom's like, "Mom, I got a great opportunity. It's gonna make us money. We won't have to work anymore. What is it, Vinny?" And she always had this look on her face, like, "What is it, Vinny?" I was like, "I get one person, right, Mom? Then you come in under me, you and Victor, who is my stepfather, come under me, and then you guys get two people." She's like, "Vinny, that's a pyramid scheme." I was like, "What the fuck is a pyramid scheme?" "It's a scam. Forget about it." So thanks to my mom, who was the scam police, you know what I mean?
The
I
scam
mean,
detective.
the fucking scam detective, man. Oh my God. I think of so many things that, and to this day, I'm cynical. I had one of my partners coming to me recently, was like, yo, this is the Cash App thing. And you know what I'm saying? They'll send you the money. And I was like, look, if you get your money and you show me money in hand, I want to see pictures of money in hand with you holding it. If you can get that, then maybe I'll get down with it. But it sounds a little like some bullshit. Nah, son, it's not. It's not a pyramid. It's not a pyramid. It's not a pyramid. I was like, nigga, you're lying to me. It's a pyramid. It's some sort of Ponzi scheme. You know what I mean? So I just, shout out to my mother for making me extremely cynical and not to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, because I just knew that I was going to be a super fucking model fan. Like, I knew that, like I said, Paris, Japan, nigga, here I come. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cautionary tale, because every generation goes through that.
For sure.
I almost got caught on the 3 card Monty.
It's funny. That's what I was going to bring up, because
Yo, go
when you
ahead.
told me about scams, that was the first thing that I thought about. And this is like analog scamming, right? Like this is well before digital scamming. And like you said, all the Nigerians asking for a trade off on bank account and numbers. So I was always fascinated with this, because I would watch it, and I don't know, maybe 80, upwards of 80%, I would know what the card was, or where the little, I don't even know what that was, a cork
ball or
ball or
whatever
whatever it was.
yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't until I was getting hip to the game, and because we would go down to the village and we would always like mess with them and be like, yo, it's right here. And then tell people where the ball was or where the card was. And then they would get irritated, and then they would move their operation down the block. Like we didn't have feet to move down the block with them and still irritate them. But I can't remember who it was, but someone started pointing out like who was the spotter, who was the person that was actually doing the recruiting to get people to play. Like there was usually like 3 or 4 people in the circle that was a part of the team. And then as I started to see that, it was like, yo, this is fascinating. So it was interesting, because just this summer, I started to see them come back on 125th Street. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, are we really back to this? Like, this is what the pandemic has brought out. Like, we have three card Molly on 125th Street again. So I've never actually put money on a game, but I have helped people win money. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
the person I was helping was a part of it and they just were
Yeah.
like playing along.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Thanks so much, Mister. You are so smart.
right. Stupid.
It's funny you say that, L, because I was walking past Macy's the other day on 34th Herald Square, and they were out there. They had the three card money and the fucking shell game next to
Yeah,
each other. And I walked by and I
exactly.
just giggled to myself. I had my three. You know what? I actually learned how to do three card money. I wasn't like nice as they were because I knew guys that could like literally fold the card and do
Hmm.
that shit and then somehow fold the other card. It was just a miracle how they did it, right? I learned very, basic three card money skills, you know what I mean? And I was able to get a couple of cats.
Wait, did you take a class or what is?
No, and well, this is before online. I don't know how I don't know if I had a book or something, or there was maybe there was
Three
because again
card
this
money for dummies.
yo three card money for dummies. Right, exactly. So I don't you know what? I don't really remember how I got to learn how to do this, but I
Wait,
just started
okay,
doing
hold
it.
on. This is fascinating to me. Were you learning with the intent of going out to set up your own operation?
Yes. Yes. Yes, and probably would have got shot. I was one of those fucking kids. I love money, man. Like I was a fucking money hungry kid. I was a hustler. I'm not a hustler. I didn't want to do anything super illegal. Like I didn't want to sell drugs or nothing like
Right.
that. I said, what's
Casually
harm?
illegal. I got you.
Casually illegal, like
Yeah.
illegal light, right? It
Right,
was like
right.
diet illegal, right? It wasn't
Right,
really
right.
some serious shit, right? So I began to learn how to do it, and somebody, I think it was somebody in my one of the members of one of my friends who knew my friend or whatever, told me basically how it worked, how they flipped the cards over, and I just started practicing and practicing and practicing, and I was getting pretty good with it to the point where I think I might have did it in school.
This is a hilarious visual in my mind because I'm picturing you like the Karate Kid working at home. Mr. Miyagi is
Look
teaching
eyes,
you.
always look eyes. The three card of Monty, look eyes. Always look at the eyes. So yo, I was just boom boom practicing, and then I started like getting my boys. I was like, yo, where's the card at? Put $1 on it, son. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I don't I think my three card money reign of terror was maybe a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Like I did it for like a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? And it never got good enough to, and I still to this day know how to do it. I never got good enough like these guys. These guys must practice hours and hours and hours and hours to get that nice with it. And the shell game, I never understood the shell game. I don't know how. I guess either the ball was magnetic or there was something that was being done. Again, it's sleight of hand. I never forget. There was this guy when I was living in Long Island. He used to ride the N15 bus. The N15 bus was a bus that went from Lakeview to Roosevelt Field Mall, from Long Beach to Roosevelt Field Mall. We used to pick it up in Lakeview. Took the bus. There was this guy. He used to do three card money on the bus, and he would get cats. I think he got one of my boys for like fucking $70, $80, right? Um, I fucking watched this shit, right? I never forget it was this little white kid, and he kept picking the right card because the dude saw him a mile away. Little
Mm.
white kid, he actually had bought some pillows from J.C. Penney's or one of these whites at Macy's. It was a white sale going on. He had like two pillows in there. Kid must have been about 15, 16 years old, going his way to Long Beach. He kept picking the card. He kept picking the card. He's like, man, you're stupid. You should know how to pick the card. And dude was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to be like my man. My man's smart right here. Yo, what's up, Johnny?
Mm.
You know what the fuck his name was. Gas Johnny up. Let Johnny win a couple times. Johnny pulled out like $100.
Mm.
And he was like, I'll put up 200 against your 100. Johnny bit right away, boy. Next thing I know, Johnny went to pick that card. Fooled you. Pulled up. He was looking for the red king. It was the black king, nigga. You're fucked, right? Yo, the funniest shit was to see this white boy's face. He was like, "What am I gonna tell my mother?" It's like,
Oh,
nah,
I'm
son.
surprised Johnny didn't call the police. Oh, just wait right here.
Nah. He didn't call the police because he was on a bus. What was he gonna do? Call the police from the bus?
Listen, white
The-
people
the-
will call the police. They don't care where they at.
Listen, luckily, this again before cell phones. If he had a cell phone, I'm sure he would have called the authorities.
True.
There was
True.
no cell phones. If he would have got off the bus, dude would have been out before he could have blinked his eye. You know what I'm saying? But
I could picture him all like, driver, I've been robbed in the back of the bus.
The driver, most of the drivers on that line were black or Latino, so they didn't give a fuck. The driver was probably laughing his ass off, like, look at this white boy getting got. Craziest shit in the world, man.
Goodness.
Oh man, but yeah, scamming is real, man. Especially nowadays. Yeah, Tracy said Karen would have called the police. I would like driver use your radio. Use your radio. Call the authorities and have them meet me at the stop. You're not going.
I need help.
Unhand me. I need help. Nah, this is before all of that bullshit. But scamming is big business now. Especially now with the advent of the internet. You have cell phone, email and scamming. You got
Remember when the email scamming started coming out, and the whole I'm a Nigerian prince,
yeah,
and
yes, please, sir, what I need you to do, sir, please. In my country, I was a king. Unfortunately, there was a coup. In my bank account, there is $20 million. But unfortunately, I am on the run. If you can send me $100, I can pay the transfer fee and you will be a millionaire. Yo, you know how many fucking white folks they got in the Midwest with that shit? And then probably a lot of people of color as well. They got a lot of people in the beginning with that shit.
Was it profitable?
Hell yeah. Yo, did you ever see the fucking, what's it? Chris Hansen did a special where he flew to
I did
England.
Not see it.
This is what happened. There was a group, it was a gang of these Nigerian dudes, right? They were some of them were in England, some of them were in Nigeria, but this woman wound up giving like $75,000-$80,000 of her money. And this was happening they had like the worst of the worst cases, and he interviewed like 4 or 5 people, and these people had given up $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. I just saw one recently about the gypsies who do the tarot cards and how they prey on people.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hansen goes to England to meet up with the dude. First of all, dude looked shifty as fuck because he had a suit on 3 sizes too small for him. They meet in the pub, and he's like, listen, I can take you to the money, but first you have to give me $10,000 American, because I have to talk to my friend who will meet us with the suitcase full of money, and you will get your money, sir. You will get your money. And then he was like, do you know who I am? I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline. Yo, dude took off out of the pub in some hard bottoms, running away. Chubby ass African dude was running. And Chris Hansen's like, wait, where are you going? He's like, oh, fuck you, Chris Hansen. I am leaving. I have seen Catch a Predator. You are not going to get me, motherfucker. But yo,
I've got to find this.
Look up. It's probably on YouTube. Chris Hansen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking
Nabs Nigerian. Probably.
Yeah, Nabs Nigerian scammers. Shit was crazy as shit, man. But yeah, man, it's funny because I think what it is that what allows people to get got, honestly, is greed.
Mm-hmm.
Greed.
I'd say greed, and usually greed fed by desperation or a moment of desperation.
Yes.
Or a period of desperation.
And when it comes to when you say desperation, that's how a lot of these fortune teller people get these people who are desperate, who've been diagnosed with a disease, who've gone through a patch of bad luck, bad divorce, bad relationship. They go see, they're walking down a block. The woman has them come in there. Next thing I was watching one, this woman got taken for several $100,000. She was rich. She was a wealthy woman, and the fortune teller kept telling her, if you want me to kill these spirits, you got to give me 75,000. That's the only way, and then I'll take your money to the spirit host, and then we're gonna light some candles and put some water on you. You have to take a bath with some dandelions, nigga, and some eels. Like, and these
Wow.
people, they continue to fall for it because they're desperate, and they've been told that this is the
Wow.
only way they're gonna be able to get rid of a lot of the fucking evil spirits or what have you. So it's just it's unfortunate. She's Tracy said brujeria. It's not really brujeria. That's a whole different, like, these people, like, they'll read your tarot cards and it's like, I see the spirit. He's in here now with us. And what he's saying is that he needs $10,000 to get powerful enough.
Hit me off with a stack and I'll get out of here.
Hit me off with a stack, 10 stacks, and I'm good. And he's actually doing this. He's actually counting right now.
This is not enough.
Hold up. If you listen quietly, you can hear the money machine from the other side. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are so crazy, man. But listen, it is what it is. We're almost out of time. We're gonna do another 15 minutes. I have some videos of people who've actually caught scammers in the scams, and like scams that are happening today, because again, it's a whole different world right now with the internet. You can basically, and with the software they have today, where you can change your face, you can change video, you can say you're somewhere you're not, you can have people believe who you are just because they follow your Instagram, and your Instagram can be made to look like anything. Speaking of Instagram, I have a video of that, but there was a dude. He was an ordinary, I think he was like maybe white and South American, who was going around saying he was a sheik, like one of these princes from Saudi Arabia. Dude was trying to buy into a hotel. Yo, the people he was fucking conning were like people with billions. And you know how he got caught? This is how he got caught. This is when he got caught in a scam. He goes out to this dinner, right? He makes this arrangement, and he had money because he was from other scams. He was robbing people, insurance, all stuff. He had flash cash. He said he wants to impress this one guy at this hotel mogul, and he said he comes into the hotel. I'm going to buy your hotel, right? Let's go out to dinner. He orders all this food. He orders prosciutto. Now everybody knows Muslims don't eat pork. Well, this Muslim was eating that prosciutto like it was Greek cheese,
like it's going out of style. Yeah.
And everybody around the table was kind of like, wait a minute, like, and first of all, the eyebrow went up when he ordered it. But then they were like, well, maybe he's ordering for the table because he knows that, we like, most people eat pork outside of, religious people who have religious restrictions or just don't eat it. But most Muslim countries don't eat pork. I mean, no, all Muslim cultures and countries are not supposed to eat pork. So when he ordered it, they kind of like, the eyebrow went up. But then when he started to eat it, they was like, wait a minute. I think one of his investigators wound up doing the investigation, found out the dude was Fugazi. But he continued to do other scams and eventually got caught in prison. And even when he was locked up, he kept saying he was the sheik. And you guys are, this dude was something else, man.
You all will live to regret this. Imagine getting caught up over a piece of ham.
You couldn't leave the prosciutto alone.
That's what brought down your
thinly sliced ham. Got you.
Thinly curated and sliced ham.
Nigga, foiled by Boar's Head, nigga.
And I almost got away with it. Oh,
if it wasn't for that
delicious
prosciutto.
Prosciutto.
So salty, so delicious.
Almost
Oh man.
buttery when it touches your lips.
Oh my God. I've never had such a delicious, delicious ham. All right. All right. So I got a couple scams. Got to watch what you order from online, eBay, and things of that nature. So this is the first one I got. This first video here.
I brought a 12 Pro Max on eBay for $200. I hope it's not a scam, lol.
It wasn't even an iPhone, my nigga. It wasn't even an iPhone. It was some bullshit. You know what? That reminds me of back in the day how they used to do. I got a camcorder for you. Put a brick in a box, rewrap it up with that seal wrap, and you
Mm,
thought that you was getting a brand new camcorder, but you were paying for a brick. And
wow.
they should have known as soon as they opened up and seen the plastic wrap around the shit.
Right.
You
The
should
way
have
it
known
was
that
wrapped looked suspecto.
this shit was wrapped. Oh my God, this shit was crazy, B. It
Jeez.
was fucking bananas. All right, so the next one I got is eBay scam, right? PlayStation 5 is one of the premier games that everybody has to have. They made a certain amount of them, and PlayStation normally when they come out with a new product gets sold out weeks in advance. People pre-order stuff, but there's always those who go online thinking that they have something else that nobody else has, and they always get got. So here you go.
I bought a PlayStation 5 on eBay for $600. I hope it's not a scam.
Looks official. Looks official. Got him. The old switcheroo. The old switcheroo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo,
dude.
that is not. And this has me a little nervous because we promised to buy one this
Mhm.
holiday season. So trying to find one now is really difficult.
Dude, the best thing you can do is give the boys an IOU, man, because you do not want to be. Because I'm telling you, people do this shit all the time.
Mm,
It makes me, and I was finding all of these on TikTok, but they also were talking about just people who gets like people who's try to scam businesses, out of their profit. Oh, you didn't send it to me, or this one woman, she does jewelry, and the guy said, "Oh, you never sent it to me, or it's defective," and she was like, "All right, well, send it back, and I will refund you your money," and it comes back and there's nothing in the box. So
mm,
people, not it's we're in desperate times right now. I mean, it's
for
Hunger
sure.
Games. We're like 5 minutes from Hunger Games. I mean, at this point, with the government and everything else that's going on, so scammers are coming out of the woodwork, man. They're coming out of the woodwork,
Oh, I think it's going to be crazy this holiday season. It is going to be nuts.
especially
Like
because
you really going to be better off going to a store and getting your merchandise.
and that's what it's coming down to now. Like unless you're ordering it from Amazon or a reputable site, and if you go to most of these reputable, like a Best Buy or anything, any of those sites, Walmart,
Hmm.
excuse me, they're going to tell you off the top, we don't have it. But if you go to like myplaystation.com
Right,
and
right.
PlayStation spelt with two A's, my nigga, you are not getting a PlayStation.
And two T's.
You are getting played, is what's happening to you.
Played
You
station.
you are getting played station, my G. Oh man. All right, so this is the one I was telling you about, the Nigerian scammer. And you gotta watch these dudes, right? Because they get on these internets and they take these pictures and they have you believing that they are royalty, but really they scamming.
This Instagram influencer was part of a Nigerian scam group that stole over $1.7 billion. This is Ramon Abbas, aka Billionaire Gucci Master, aka Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy was a Nigerian influencer known for being stupid rich. He got to 2.5 million followers on Instagram by just taking pictures in front of cars. Hush Puppy claimed to have made his fortune as a real estate developer, but in reality, Hush Puppy was part of a Nigerian scam group responsible for the infamous business email compromise scheme. You guys have seen these fake emails from PayPal. His life was funded by tech-illiterate grandmas, but it didn't last long. You see, one of Hush Puppy's 2.5 million followers was the FBI. When Hush Puppy posted this Fendi cake, FBI were able to use just his birthday to track him down in Dubai. Hush Puppy was arrested and extradited to the US, despite there being no extradition treaty with the UAE.
Yo, first
Wait,
of all,
before
his
hold
name
on.
is Hush Puppy.
Who's taking pictures? Who's taking that? First of all, you're right. Who was taking pictures at the arrest?
They finally got him. They
Oh,
got
my
Hush
God.
Puppy. Everybody, clear out the computers. They got Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy is caught. Yo, what was
Oh,
his
my
birthday?
God.
Somebody
Wait.
was taking pictures. But that he reminds me of that the dude that was acting like an Arabian prince, Saudi Arabian prince. That's why you got, like, again, nothing is real on the internet.
Right.
Nothing is real on the internet. Internet is a figment of our imagination, and we create this reality, this matrix, based on pictures. Like, you've seen pictures where people actually will act like they're flying, and it's nothing but a fucking toilet bowl cover looking out the sky. It's
Right.
like it's so easy to create these false lives, because he could be walking around he could just basically, you could take pictures like that walking down Miami, some of the most expensive neighborhoods in Miami. You could
I
literally
know.
get pictures with all the cars.
He
and
literally
have-
could just be like, "You mind if I take a picture with your car?"
And can you take the picture?
Right. And most people,
Yeah.
as long as you don't scratch the hood, they'll be
Yeah.
flattered and just
Oh,
take the picture.
Exactly. And meanwhile, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just chilling in Miami with my car. I got my new Lotus. It's
Right.
crazy. It's crazy out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying, my nigga?
You too.
You too can be rich like me. Just send me $5,000. I will make you rich." All right. So I got two more videos to go real quick. All right. The last one is funny because this is like your Indian, the Indian dudes that be calling you and try to scam you. And they're making a lot of money out there in these streets in India, calling Americans.
The permissions at the left hand side.
All right, Mr. As you can see, I know exactly who you are and what you do. So,
I don't care.
Amit, just listen to me, man. I have a few questions for you. Do you want to answer those
Sure.
questions? Do you want to answer those questions for me?
Sure.
All right. So I'm gonna start off easy. You are a scammer, correct?
We do.
Yeah. Okay. So how long have you been doing this?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been doing this, the scamming?
I'm a freshers here.
Amit, you don't have to lie to me. How long have you been scamming for?
2 months.
Amit, you have been scamming since 2017. You don't have to lie
Sorry?
to me. I have all the answers to my own questions. You don't have to lie to me, Amit. I know all the answers to all my own questions, okay? Just be honest
Who
with
are
me.
you?
My name is James. I'm a scam investigator, and I've compromised your machine. I know exactly who you are.
Wait a
Wait
minute. Wait a minute. You're talking to me? I'm the scammer. Who the fuck are you? You have my picture. Get the fuck out of my face, brother. Fuck you. Fuck you, sir. Yo, dude.
What? How do you give himself a title? I'm the scam investigator.
Yo, when the scammer gets scammed, yo, that shit is hilarious. He's like, 2 months. What are you talking about, sir? Fuck you, sir. Oh man, shit is
He
crazy.
went
man.
straight dad on him, dad voice
Yes,
and
he's
all.
like- he was like, listen, Ahmed, stop with the bullshit. Okay, how long you been fucking scamming? We know you scamming, motherfucker. Oh man.
Oh, man. All of these questions are rhetorical. I just want you to be honest.
Yeah,
Oh
man,
my God.
yeah. He's like, it's like when exactly. It's like when your dad catches you with porn or some shit like that.
That's
Listen,
the same technique I use on my boy.
I know the answers already. It's like the fucking interrogation in Menace Society. You know you're done fucked up, right? You know you're done fucked up. All right, so before we get out of here, I got one more video. And again, be careful. Holidays is coming up. Be careful of Cash App scammers. Be careful of if you're doing business and you're using Cash App, make sure your shit is legitimate. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there asking for your Cash App name so they can get into your shit. Just be careful out there.
Scams to look out for, part 1. So the first one is the Cash App scam. All right. Now, a lot of these people will try to hit you in your Facebook inbox. Okay. Now they're going to message you. They're going to act like they so generous. I know a lot of you should know this, but a lot of people still be falling for this bullshit. They're going to act like they so generous. They're going to say, look, I'm just trying to bless people. I'm doing really good in life. What is your Cash App? Because they know just giving somebody their Cash App, anybody going to do that. So they're going to do that. Then they're going to send back like, hey, is this you with your username in it? And most people like, yeah. Then they're going to send this fake ass screenshot. So your $1,500 payment will be sent shortly. And then they'll say, hey, you actually have to send me $50 so it can unlock because it's not sending for some reason. Some people really been sending these people $50. Don't fall for that bullshit. So look out for this. Like I said, they mainly going to try to hit you through your Facebook Messenger. Don't fall for this.
Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe, ladies and gentlemen.
That's amazing. Wow.
Well, this concludes the first inaugural episode of Wednesday Night Live at 9 with yours truly, Vincent. And I have my brother L.O. from Dakota 40 family here with me today to bring it in. And, in the coming weeks, hopefully I'll have some guests. I'm going to try to secure some guests, some comedians. Again, if you're a comedian, actor, writer, shit talker, whatever, just come through, man. Hit me up. Hit me up on my inbox on Facebook, Vincent Perez, Vin's Daily Rant. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube and Instagram. Just hit me up on my DMs. Again, no dick pics. I don't do that. Don't be disrespectful, son.
I guess you gotta be obvious in these days and times.
And do not try to Cash App me, scam me. Okay, I don't fall for the banana. And listen, I am Terry's son. I am not falling for it, son. I'm not doing it. But if you want to come join me on the show, please, hit me up and I'll definitely schedule you to come on and have some fun with me, man. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, beware, holiday season's coming up. Beware the scammers, beware the 3-card money, beware the pickpockets, beware of all those folks out there trying to get you for your ones, man. Again, before we go out, L. you got anything to say about the holidays and what you're doing, man?
First, I want to just say thank you and congratulations on this new platform. I wish you well, and I know it's going to be as successful as everything else you put your hand to. So congratulations on that. Mm-hmm. As for me, Drizzle, DRZL .NYC will be back up next month, and we'll be rocking it with a bunch of cooking oils and hot pepper sauces that are infused with CBD and natural flavors. So keep your eye out for that. Other than that, you can always catch me on IG at The Other Leon, and the holidays are the holidays. That's right, L.O. is in the building. So yeah, everybody, I'm wishing you a safe holiday season and stay safe.
Yeah, definitely do that, man. And then again, support Black and brown businesses. L.'s got an amazing oil. When he fully launches, you got to take advantage of it, people. Come on. If you can go to the dispensary and buy whatever shit they got, get some real good oil, man. And I know L is a fickle motherfucker, so it's got to be delicious. He is not going to sell no bullshit. I tell you this. as his friend. He is not selling bullshit. It is not a scam. It is not Nigerian olive oil.
It is
my
not
nigga.
a
It's
scam.
real olive oil infused.
Oh my
with
God,
the
you almost made me
goodness.
choke. It is not
All
a
right?
scam.
It is not a scam. All right. Coquito season's upon us, and I will be back. So if you ordered last year, I'm gonna have it. It's delicious. It's no joke. So everybody, thanks for coming out and joining me tonight. Y'all have a good week. Be safe. Catch the Dakota and 40 crew tomorrow for our live, and Friday mornings the new episode will be out. It's always good shit. Once again, everybody have a good night, and see you next week. Peace.
All right, peace.